Ready? Yellow waiting, yellow waiting.
Mike by 2. Crunch time, defense.
Shift! Watch the shift! You kill! 13.
52.
Breeze now on first down.
I got you, boy.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Breeze now. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Mike 51.
On 3rd and long, it's Breeze. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Let's go.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. Finding Paris Campbell, and there's Campbell's first NFL catch. And I think the ball's out.
You better come harder next time, son.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Guys, out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
Sammy.
Now Breeze again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And this one is right down the middle. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Yellow. Hey, watch the lane.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. Gets this one to Le'Veon Bell. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Offensively, they like their situation, so they tried to take a shot downfield, but no one was open. So it was tuck it and run time, and he picks up a first down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Dancing to his left. And Brate, the tight end's got it. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes being chased out left. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kevin Minter. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
We got man.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. He's going to fire this thing deep right side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 33 yards that time. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. To throw is Breeze. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position you have to be, you just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
52 is the mic right here, over there, right?
From the gun on 3rd down, Breeze. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. On 4th down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Back deep, Golden Tate. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Mahomes buying time to his left. And this one complete to Reed. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21.
Out. 15.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll try the right side with Bell. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Brought down back at the 14-yard line.
Mike 54. In your face.
Now a 2-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
4-yard attempt. That's the end of the first quarter with the score Jaguars 3.
And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go.
The Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Ready.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Running right, Jones. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Breeze on 3rd down. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
52's the mic, boys. 52.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Catch made here by Campbell. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
To throw, it's Breeze. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. They'll run with a former Tar Heel, T.J. Logan. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Caught here by Bell. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go again.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Right there.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line. Everson Griffin able to get in there and drop him behind the line. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flush to his right. And this is going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, If you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. Looking to throw again on second down. Breeze. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
I got him.
At the 50-yard line.
54's Mike.
From midfield, here's Breeze.
Try to do better.
That's complete to Sharp. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Breeze now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's first and 10 here.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
Again, it's Breeze. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number one. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Breeze to throw again. And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter.
Let's go, baby.
The final shot before half for Breeze. He wants it all for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. The Titans hold the lead, and they'll get the football first as the third quarter gets underway. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
This is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
The Titans get 14 yards there and move the chains as well. Mahomes firing complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Switch. Watch the edge.
Hey, yo, go.
On third down, Crowell. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens...
And he will take this one in for a Titans touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Ready? We're waiting. Check. 52's the mic. Here we go, D. All day.
On first and 10, here's Breeze. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to second and 10 from the 25. Breeze going to throw. Jones has it. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's what I'm talking about.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Double up. He's coming, double up. Kill. 52's the mic.
From the gun, it's Breeze.
They still playing soccer.
Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. So Breeze is going to stay out there, and they're going to go for this on fourth down. So here we go on fourth down with Breeze. And he finds his target. It's sharp. Not often do fourth down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. First down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. The safety Marcus May in there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Casey Hayward on the coverage.
Ready.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Watch the screen.
And the blitz does come. This is caught by Jackson. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
Let's go, baby.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Hey, let's get this.
Now this is Le'Veon Bell with a reception. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Your trip is here.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball.
57's Mike.
Mahomes looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes, forced out to his left, and it's incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
And Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And Tate's got it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Here's Bell. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Too little, Cupcake.
Trying the right side with Howard.
Run.
And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're looking at third and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Crowell. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
A gain of 5. And the Titans first
Yellow,
down.
yellow. 15.
3 buzz.
Operating for the red zone now,
Let's go,
Mahomes.
defense. Let's go, defense.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He was trying to hit Thomas that time. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. Breeze now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. Shotgun now for Breeze. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch the slant.
Now, Breeze again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Breeze. He's got his man Sharp complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flushed out right. He gets it to Thomas. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there, picked up the first down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as the understanding where they are on the field?
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Bell. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Hey, 43, 15.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Hey, check Mike 57, Mike 57.
It's a party now. Woo!
Now Mahomes. And an alley to run. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
15.
Back to throw. Mahomes. Jordan Reed has it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. What a luxury to have a tight end that can not only catch it, but then can run after the catch like that.
What was the old expression back in the good old days? That they used to carry pianos on their backs when they were after they caught the football. Someone would stop and bang out a tune along the way as well. But nowadays, these guys are essentially bulked up wide receivers, and they are a full part of the passing game, and we see a lot of big plays as we just saw there.
First down, Tennessee.
Yellow.
57 to Mike. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see it.
On first, they go right back to Howard. And this time they're able to bottle him up as they'll stop him at the line of scrimmage. Benardrick McKinney, a first-time Pro Bowler a season ago, in on the tackle there. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Titans, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll get